in transition season. Football season is looking at postseason schedules. Basketball season is starting. Your one friend who likes hockey knows that season has started too. We finished trick-or-treating, and we've already had that talk with our kids about how the government makes you pay taxes, and so your cut of their Halloween stash is to get them used to how it'll be in the future. It's that season, the season between October and December, between Halloween and Christmas. Now, you may say, you mean Thanksgiving season. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Easily, Thanksgiving is the holiday that gets overlooked. It's got the market on food cornered for sure, but in the commercial holiday realm, Thanksgiving is the middle child of the end-of-the-year holidays. Now, don't get me wrong, the word Thanksgiving gets attached to most everything in November. It dominates the morning shows. You'll see an increase in recipes and healthy options coming over the airwaves from the Today Show and Good Morning America, but we all know that these feel-good stories go against the first rule when establishing the Thanksgiving menu. Now, repeat after me, no new recipes. If you want to do an experiment, do that on your own time. Plans are already made. They're made for who hosts what and for which side of the family gets lunch, which side of the family gets dinner. We'll take for granted those cousins you haven't seen since, this time last year, and we'll all tell the same inside jokes. If you've got a few generations under the same roof, half of that crew won't get those jokes and the other half will rip into them even harder. If you're almost 40 like me, just know that your time is coming where you're the subject of the jokes. And once you're fully there, you're either old enough not to care, or let's face it, you probably didn't hear the joke. And don't ask them to repeat the joke. More than likely, the foundation of the joke rests in your inability to hear in the first place. The Thanksgiving holiday season is ripe with genuine, long-time no-see love, sprinkled in with a little touch of we never get to see you guilt. But that's part of the charm. It's part of it all. Part of what we take for granted. Because it is, it has been, and it always will be. Or will it? Is this a culmination of turkey dinner, or is this the precursor to something else? For just shy of 4 decades, I've watched the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. I grew up watching it with my parents. I transitioned into watching it at my own house with my wife, and we've continued to watch it every year with our kids. The balloons, the marching bands, the pop stars you may or may not recognize, the token Broadway show that is starving for marketing and gets to perform, read into that lip sync, on the big star in New York City. It's the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. And what is the exclamation point at the end of the parade? A not-so-miniature sleigh with 8 not-so-tiny reindeer. It's the embodiment of what the Thanksgiving season inevitably becomes. Indulge like a glutton and then shift that appetite towards providing and paying for that oh-so-perfect gift just 30 days later. Too much turkey, not enough time. We're here in Mississippi. So down here, we're in Egg Bowl season. That comes with dishing it out to that family member who supports the other school, making excuses for why your team isn't what you said they'd be in July. I blame the Mississippi summer heat for producing that kind of false hope. This year, we're still suffering from the leftover heat and very little rain. Heck, even though you've got a new sweater to wear with your favorite jeans and boots, you still bring that pair of athletic shorts with you on Thanksgiving night because, let's be honest, it's just too dang hot for jeans and boots. When we've had our fill of turkey, dressing, gumbo, deer sausage, sweets, spirits, and sports, it'll be time to make the rounds saying goodbye to everyone, even the ones you're going to see a month later. You make the rounds, you'll linger, some longer than others, knowing that even though this is how it's always been, it won't always be. So, if you happen to have your typical traditional Thanksgiving headed your way, find a moment to stop and realize that in the midst of all the joy, the chaos, the aggravation, the expectations, and spots of inebriation, there are a few around the country experiencing a bit of change to their typical Thanksgiving tradition. If you have your people, give them an extra hug, just in case. If you've added someone new to the roster, go ahead and put them to the test. You have to. But at the end of the day, make them feel welcome. If you've got 1 or 2 less this year, remember the good times. In my 39-year-old world, I don't have a ton of wisdom, but I do know that we're not promised tomorrow, and we're instructed to be thankful for today. So be thankful for today, and tell Santa to take a hike until Black Friday. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone.